Welcome to the Holistic Skin Guru, where what's on the surface is just as important as what's underneath. I'm your host, Amina. Let's dive deep into the world of holistic skincare. Welcome to yet another episode of our podcast, and today I want to delve into the aging skin. So we get told on a daily basis about how anti-aging this and anti-aging that, and sometimes these messages can be a little bit overwhelming as we get into our 30s and our 40s and our 50s and so on. So I don't want you to freak out. Aging is actually a beautiful process and it's part of life. And as we age, we grow and we mature. So I would like you to think about embracing each stage of your life and look at it as gaining knowledge, not just in everyday things, but also in how we see ourselves. When we look in the mirror, are we pleased with what we see, or are we just looking for the faults in our image? So what is the aging skin then? The aging skin is a natural progression of our life. So in our 20s, our skin is at its optimum. So it's functioning in the best way possible. We are producing the correct levels of collagen and elastin in our skin. But as we age, from the age of 20, our skin stops producing collagen and elastin at a rate of 1% each year. So you do the math. By the time you're 30, that's 10%. 40, that's 20%. 50, that's 30%. Now, I don't want to scare you, but it is something that you need to think about putting back into your skin. And it's not just about topical treatments. It's not just about popping, a hyaluronic acid on your skin, which is, it is part of the solution, but it's not the only solution. So start thinking about how you include ingredients into your food that actually is high in collagen, that's going to help your body produce more. So sort of thinking about the health of your skin from within. You'll hear me talking about this in every single podcast, and I'm all about a holistic approach and looking at your overall health to then have that glow in your skin. So that's what we want. We want the aging process to be an easy one. Do we want to look like we're 20 when we're 40 and when we're 50? I don't want to. I still want to look like myself, and I don't mind if I have a few wrinkles around my eyes, but I want to glow with health. I want to look healthy and I want to feel healthy, and this is the point about aging. So from now on, you're going to hear me use the word pro-age instead of anti-age, because we're going to embrace every single part of our aging process. So to understand aging, we need to understand the skin and what's going on with our skin from the surface all the way down into the deeper layers and even further than that. So the messages we receive or have received over the course of our lives is, our skin is going to get saggy, our skin is going to get wrinkled. We need to put this cream on and this serum on, and that's the way to prevent aging. Well, I think it's time for us to be a little bit mature about this topic and talk about all the other elements that are contributing to the aging process that we can actually tackle and give ourselves some really fantastic results. And this is very exciting for me because no one is talking about this. In the holistic world, we talk about it quite a bit, but in the mainstream, no one is actually discussing this. And I find it so strange because every Tom, Dick, and Harry is having Botox and fillers, and they're not thinking about the aging process. So this is one of my most favorite things to talk about with my clients because I can see the light bulbs going off as I explain this to people. And I hope the same thing happens for you. So first of all, our skin has layers in it. We have several dermal layers, and then we have what we call the subcutaneous tissue. And a subcutaneous tissue is really where the youth of our skin sits, or the age of our skin sits. So we want to try to keep our subcutaneous tissue as young as possible. And in doing so, we need to stimulate the subcutaneous tissue so that it can produce more collagen, more elastin. So this area is very, very important, and it's about 4.5 mil down into the skin. So different treatments will treat different areas in the skin. So when you're treating the subcutaneous tissue, we're looking at treatments like radio frequency. And I think out of all the holistic treatments on the market today, HIFU is probably going to be up there in giving you the results that you want, especially from the age of 40 onwards. Because what HIFU is going to do is it's going to stimulate the subcutaneous tissue in such a way that you get up to 6 months of collagenous production, which is fabulous. There's a lot of myths out there when it comes to HIFU, and I will delve into that topic on another podcast. So keep an eye out for that one. But in the mainstream, we have a lot of treatments that are doing different things in different layers of the skin. So for example, what is microneedling going to be doing? You know, what is microdermabrasion doing? What is intense facial massage or a buccal massage doing? I already explained what HIFU is doing. So all these treatments are affecting change in different places in the skin. So there is not one single treatment that can treat everything. So I think that's one of the biggest take homes that I would like all of you to understand, is that there is no one treatment solution for everything. If you have pigmentation, for example, we can treat that. And then if you wanted to treat something else like skin laxity, we're going to look at another treatment to treat that. However, you will get some tightening of the skin with a microneedling session. It's just limited. So, you know, you can be treating skin in different ways and affecting change for different areas of the skin. And it's about you understanding when you're coming in for a treatment, what it is that treatment's going to be doing for you on that day. I also want you to start thinking about your skin as yours. It doesn't belong to us. We have you for a small amount of time. And if you're coming in for regular treatments, we can do more and we can help you more. So you have your skin on a daily basis. And I want you to start thinking about how you can affect change on your skin on a daily basis, because you have your skin every day, and what you put it through is how it's going to respond. Okay, so apart from the layers of the skin, nobody's talking about our bone structure, our muscles, and something that you may have heard holistic therapists talk about before, which is called the fascia. I want you to think about the fascia as a sac or very thin lining that's holding everything together. And all of these elements age. It's not just our skin or our dermal layers. Everything else underneath is also aging. So our bone structure, our bone density changes as we age, and with it goes our muscles, and then our skin starts to droop. So if we're thinking about keeping our bones healthy, and we're thinking about what's happening with our fascia, you need to start coming in and having some lymphatic drainage treatments, and you can also do those at home. If you follow us on Instagram, you'll see some of my videos around face yoga, which involve lymphatic drainage, and that's going to really help everything just start moving correctly. And our lymphatic system sits right next to our immune system. So if our immunity is good, our lymphatic system is good. They really piggyback off each other, and that directly affects our skin. So a lot of you will come in and will say to me, oh, as I'm aging, I just feel like I'm really bulky in my face and I don't understand why. So that is actually called stagnation. And when you come in for a holistic treatment like near lifting, we can actually help drain a lot of that stagnation out by using lymphatic drainage movements. So understanding your treatments and what is happening in the skin, and looking further than just the dermal layers, actually will give you a better understanding on how to treat your skin And when you speak to a professional like us, we can guide you into making the right decisions for you and your unique situation. If you enjoyed this podcast, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast or Spotify. And don't forget to comment below, even if you have a question and you would like me to deep dive down into that, I'm happy to do so. Comment below and we'll see you on the next episode. If you like this podcast and you love our content, please leave us a review. We are happy to give you a 10% discount. If you would like to come in to experience our salon, just comment podcast in the booking online. The links are below, and I'll see you on the next podcast.